You're so cute.
All right, so we are live. Just want to welcome all of our followers. We're going to give a chance for some of our followers to come on and say hello to us. How are you doing today, Tracy?
Great. How are you, Brandy?
Good, good. It's like a double Monday, it feels like.
Oh my gosh, I've been cooped up all day. It's freezing here in Colorado, so I'm like snuggled up to my space heater right now. So I get it. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's been one of those days. It's super, super crazy. And then in our town, there's construction everywhere. And it's like everywhere you turn, there's a construction site. And it's just insane. I feel like I live back in LA again.
Yeah.
So what's exciting, we have some exciting things coming up. We have our workshops, which we've been talking a lot about lately. And I'm really, really excited to talk about yours because I really feel that many of our partners, many of our MSP partners could utilize this to their full advantage. So I'd really like to get involved onto what's entailed into the workshop because it's our first cloud workshop. And I think everyone needs to know about it. It's super exciting and interesting. And I want to get everyone here and get everyone to your workshop. So let's get into that. Let's talk about how long the workshop is going to be. It's going to be at our upcoming academy on March 11th to 13th. And it's going to be throughout the whole academy, correct?
Yes, it is, which is really exciting. I mean, kudos to CharTec for not only adopting cloud on the ARC side, but for having the conversation. This is why your guests, your MSPs, go to Academy, is for that innovation and education on what's coming down the pipe, and for them to be able to utilize and learn from. So kudos to you guys for offering this for us as a platform. We always love talking about cloud. So yeah, we're excited for this as well. We're gonna kind of work through it as we go and tweak it. And if we're missing something, we're always open to feedback from our prospects and clients on how we can help them. So we're excited.
Yes, I'm excited too. So let's see. Let's get into your first block here. What is going to happen in the first session of the workshop?
So really the first session and really the whole ecosystem of what cloud needs to be is a couple of components. So the first session is going to be about building your virtual data center at Corkat Cloud. So what we'll do is kind of work on a use case. So we'll sit down with everyone individually. We'll say, you know, do you have a prospect in mind? Maybe it's a current client of yours that needs a hardware refresh, or they have multiple sites for their locations. They have a lot of remote users, a lot of variables on why they're considering cloud. And then we'll sit down and help you actually build a virtual data center so that you and your engineers can access that data center anytime you need to add users, add resources, spin up a use case or a virtual environment, add you know, any kind of components to it, to get it started off so you can see what it looks like. That proof of concept will be something you can actually use later to show to your clients so they can get a good idea of how it looks and feels. This isn't very common for us at Corkat. This really is something that we try to do for our clients. We try to take the guesswork out of building the cloud environment, what it looks like to manage it. That's the beauty of who we are. We custom build it to each one of our MSP clients so that they can offer that catered solution to their clients. So this is kind of a behind the purple curtain for us because typically we just take care of this for you. But there are MSPs out there that want to learn, they want to understand how to build the VDC and how to actually access their own environment day in and day out. And we understand that. So that's what this first session is about, is just building that virtual environment through VMware, our vCloud Director. So we'll get everybody comfortable with it, the tools that we use, the lingo that we use, and some best practices we'll start with.
So let me ask you this, educate me a little bit, because my side of things is a little different from obviously the technical side within the MSPs.
Yeah.
How does a current MSP structure out a cloud offering without utilizing Corkat data? I mean, how does one typically do it at this moment?
It's a couple ways. So they could partner with a private data center similar to us, but most of the times MSPs are actually kind of going into it blind. They want to offer cloud solutions to their clients, and so they end up buying resources online in a public cloud environment. So that's through Azure or AWS or Google, however they choose to do it. And they're just buying chunks of resources. And what they find is those resources aren't catered to their clients. So they're usually bamboozled. They're usually frustrated by their monthly bill fluctuating. And there's a lot of red tape that comes with a public cloud environment. So most MSPs go at it a little bit blindly. They know they want to offer cloud to their client. So they map out what they think they need, even though they're traditionally using on-prem servers. So most of them are speccing out a virtual environment too large or too small, because a virtual environment's a little bit different. So so I don't see a lot of MSPs as unlikely to use cloud anymore. That was a few years ago. The conversations I had with MSPs seemed like they were a little bit more afraid of the cloud. I don't feel like that's happening anymore, especially with the high demand for opportunities that are for aging machines, aging servers. So I think MSPs these days are walking into it with a desire to learn, desire to add cloud. But what happens is they just get smacked with a one-size-fits-all cloud solution out there, and it's not catered to them, and they don't have a representative to help them walk through this process, and they constantly just get that red tape. So I see that most often.
I would imagine they're probably losing clients, or maybe ticking off some clients with offering them this one solution that's just not for them. And it just seems like with your product, you're able to customize it specifically for their clients so that they're getting the proper solution.
Yeah, and that's a beauty, that's twofold. It's for your client's benefit, right? They want something that's catered to them, but also something that's custom built for MSPs. That was our struggle when we were an MSP 20 years ago trying to add cloud. We were partnering with those big firms, and we didn't have anybody that was solving our problems for MSPs, so we built it. Now, it's not fun to build a tier 3 data center, but now that we've done that, we've seen the problems that other MSPs are facing with cloud, and we're able to resolve those with our team, with our tools, and with our experience. So you're right, it happens all the time, but it does have, I think it takes education. So this workshop is a perfect component to that.
That's really exciting. Tell me a little bit about what they're going to be looking at when they're building a virtual cloud system for one of clients, right? Or would they be bringing in like a real client saying, "Hey, I need help with this." Client, what should I do? How should I show them the solution? Is it going to be one or the other?
It's either or. So if you want to come just to understand cloud and the whole vast array of a vCloud director, that's totally fine. If you have a client in mind, it will certainly be easier because we can cater the solution to them. But I'll ask questions throughout the workshop. How many users do they have? What applications are they running? Our solutions architect will kind of walk around and make sure that we're building each cloud catered to them. So the idea is they'll be able to leave Academy, they'll be able to leave these workshops with a proof of concept that they could take home and take to the dental office that they're looking to upgrade their servers to, or to take to the school district, or however they want to do this. They can take to them and say, this is what it will look like and feel like. This is the effectiveness of the tool on the product. This is real time. You'll be able to see it real time. So it's either way. If you have nobody, no clients in mind, and you want some help kind of stirring up some leads on that regard, I'm happy to help you with that. But for the most part, this is meant to build something that you can kind of sandbox style and play around with and see how easy it is to use. And then you'll see the beauty of our team and how we're there to walk through every single step.
That's exciting. So their prerequisite for coming into the first part of the workshop is to have either a client that they need to provide the solution to, or have something in the past that maybe isn't working and they're trying to tweak it a bit.
I think that's great. If you're already currently hosted and you want to talk about what it would look like to transfer your virtual environment from Azure to Corkat, we can map that out and show you what a migration would look like for that. Or if you don't have any cloud at all or any cloud experience, this workshop is still for you. Bring your laptop and I'll walk through, and Tim will walk through step by step on how we're going to build this, how we're going to manage it, and how we're going to help you sell it.
Very cool. Yeah. Let's go into the next block. What are they going to be learning next?
I think the next block is a little bit more advanced. So if you're looking to talk about some of those, NAT rules, to configure some firewalls, if you want to talk about IPsec tunnels, anything that's a little bit more advanced for your virtual environment, that's what we're going to cover. So these are all, it's kind of that ecosystem, right? You have to build it then you have to know how to customize it and manage it. And that means anything from adding those users to some more advanced networking to make sure that the connectivity and everything is there for your clients. That's what we'll follow through in that second stage.
Very cool. We have a question. What happens after we get home? Can you help us when new deals come into the picture?
Yeah, absolutely. So twofold. When you go home with this proof of concept, we're actually going to complimentary give you these resources to use for 30 days. So you can take it or leave it, but what we want you to do is use it. We want you to be able to use it and show your clients all about it, but we don't want to charge you for it because we want you to get a good idea of what it looks and feels like, and you could take the time to sell it to your client. I'm happy to help you walk through what that looks like as well. But moving on, this is just step one. Keep in mind, every client you have will have a different virtual environment, and that's the beauty of it. So every single time you are at home, or you're at Academy, you're at a conference, and you know of somebody of your clients that needs a virtual environment, we follow this same process and build each one of their cloud solutions very, very catered to each one of them. Typically, we do that all for you, but in this case of the workshop, we'll show you how to do that each and every time.
Very cool. So, and then going back to the second part of the workshop, what would be their prerequisite for that portion of it?
No, just bring your laptop. iPads aren't all that helpful, so bring your iPad. We'll have workbooks to show everybody, so we'll go through it. We'll have it on a slide as well, so you can kind of walk through it. But we'll be there. A couple of us will be there to kind of walk through each process. But we'll have take homes if you want to, and they're pre-recorded as well. So if you want to share it with your teammates and show them just how easy it is to set up a VDC at Corkat, we'll supply everybody with that as well.
Perfect. That's great. So, I mean, and then of course, everyone else being in the workshop, they're going to get to learn off of each other and kind of see what this guy is doing versus this guy is doing. So I just feel like it's going to be a really great environment for them.
Yeah.
Have another question. They ask, will you cover cloud cybersecurity at the workshop?
Yes. So one of the biggest components to cybersecurity is a firewall. So that's the beauty of our private data center as well, is the diversity that you can provide. So whether it's a virtual firewall, we'll show you how to configure that and add that to your network. Or if you want to co-locate a firewall, which is something you cannot do in a public cloud environment, and most of the time you can't do it in a private data center. So we'll show you what that looks like. We're Sophos partners, so that's something that we know best. So any of those firewalls, we will be happy to help you kind of configure those and what it looks like to co-locate those at our data center as well. So we'll cover cybersecurity on a lot of different dimensions, but firewall is something we'll focus on. Cool.
Now, going into the third block of the workshop, what are they going to be learning then?
So a lot of MSPs, as you know, they're very tech savvy. They're great with the ones and zeros, but when it comes to marketing and selling something, it's something that they always ask me for. And I know you know that, Brandy, at CharTec. It's not necessarily something that I'm comfortable just doing for anybody on the cloud side, because cloud is very unique to each client. So I have some deliverables that I'll be sharing with everybody depending on vertical, on some key talking points, and some drip campaigns that have been successful on our MSP when we were introducing cloud solutions to our clients. So I will provide some content for our clients and prospects to be able to utilize that and introduce cloud to their clients, some commercials, and some of the fun marketing that we're known for. I'll be able to white label that for them ahead of time. So if I believe everybody's signing up for workshops ahead of time, correct?
Yes, they must.
Okay.
You must sign up early.
Need to be prepared, because I want to show up with everything ready to go. I want everything, in a link so that you just have to click it and it's all right there for you. So if I know in advance everybody's signing up, I can create the commercials and the drip campaigns with your company logo and your company information in there. So literally you go home and you launch these campaigns and you tell everybody how great your cloud solution is, and we move on as a partner from there.
That's really exciting. So they're going to leave with the commercial with their brand on there.
Yeah.
After this is done.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I want one. That is neat. I love it. Okay. So for them signing up early for that, they're going to be sending in their logos, they're going to be sending in their branding so that they can get that commercial done and all of the material that they're going to be using to market, pretty much.
Yeah, there's one more component that we asked, and that's an IAS form. It's just an inquiry form, just so that I can help get prepared, so our solutions architect can get prepared. You know, there's some idiosyncrasies with building a cloud environment that we need to do some back work on our end to make sure that it's a successful workshop. In order to do that, I need to know a couple of components. You know, how many users are you thinking? What is this client's goal for their virtual environment? Is it something they're just looking for a backup server? Are they wanting to file share? Are they wanting to host their QuickBooks applications? I'll ask a few specifics like that. So if your client has any of those, I'd like for you to share them with me so that I can prepare the materials ahead of time so that they're catered to each MSP.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So this sounds really exciting, but I understand here that these guys are going to be leaving your workshop as a cloud professional, which makes them a Corkat Cloud certified professional, right?
Corkat Cloud 101.
I love it. I love it. It's super exciting. I look forward to seeing you. It's going to be so fun. And it's going to be so different with all of the various workshops we have going on.
Yeah, I love this opportunity. I love the innovation. I think it's always important that we humanize technology too. So we sit down as a group and we network and we say, here's what's been working for me, here's what's not working for me, especially in something like cloud. Cloud can be so overwhelming and it's something some people can fear. So I really do appreciate the opportunity and the platform for Corkat in particular to talk about what our strengths and differences are in cloud, and then to, you know, empower each MSP to be able to provide their own white label cloud solution before they even leave Bakersfield. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, it definitely is. And speaking from my own point of view, I'm such a hands-on learner. Like I need to be involved. It's really difficult for me to retain everything when I'm just kind of learning it and trying to implement it on my own. So for me, these workshops would be super beneficial. And again, for a person like me, because I am so hands-on and I learn so much faster when I'm just doing it, you know, and making and learning and making the mistakes on my own. So I believe this is just all these workshops are going to be really great for everybody.
I'm excited. Yeah, I actually have a new staff member that's joining us, and I have her signed up for the marketing track.
Oh, good.
I don't even know what to expect for the marketing track, but I can't wait to hear back from her what she's learned. So, so yeah, I'm very excited for this again. This will be great.
I can't wait to meet her. That's great.
Yeah,
Emily has a question. She said, you mentioned public cloud not being a great solution for you guys. Is there a situation where a hybrid environment makes sense, or is that something that you can help with?
Always. There's always a use case for any type of cloud. Hybrid cloud, Office 365 comes to mind. I mean, there's a use case for public cloud. There are some enterprise companies that do really well in a public cloud environment. Here's what hybrid cloud and public cloud don't have on a private solution. Private solution is a dedicated resource. So when you're just starting out selling cloud solutions and you're managing cloud solutions for your client, you want to be able to go in there and customize it and cater it to any vulnerabilities that your client may have, any applications that they want to strengthen. Public cloud and hybrid cloud are not flexible in that regard. So it's important to us to be able to help the roadmap for public, hybrid, and private. But we specialize in private cloud as that's our tier 3 data center. And that's something that we know that our clients are always looking for from us, is that remote accessibility, but those strong resources that are dedicated to each individual in the company. So yes, there's absolutely a use case for each one of those. We have CSPs on staff at Corkat that can help you with that. In particular, if you have clients that are already in a public cloud environment or a hybrid cloud environment and they're looking to privatize their data, we can help with all of that migration and everything. It is complex. But there is absolutely a use case for each one of those. We're not a one-size-fits-all cloud solution. We are specifically catered to small businesses and enterprise businesses, but on a more custom level, if that makes sense. So, right. Yeah.
It totally does.
Yeah.
So let's do a brief recap before we go.
Right.
Just for those viewers who are just hopping on, would love to know what exactly they need to bring to the workshop, what we're going to get out of it. And then they're going to get certified in cloud. So let's talk about, just do a really quick recap on that.
Yeah, so look at it as threefold. What we're going to do at our workshop is really teach you how to build your virtual data center at Corkat Cloud. So we're going to work in VMware in a vCloud Director. We're going to show you all the ins and outs of the vCloud Director. Then we're going to talk about managing your VMware environment. So that means talking about firewalls and NAT rules and any networking that goes along with your virtual environment. And then we're going to talk about selling your virtual environment. So most of the times we recommend you do that with a stickier client, a current client, but we'll walk through that use case with you and provide you some materials, talking points, and that network of experience that we have on what's worked for us to be able to start having this conversation with your clients about what cloud is, what it can do for their business, why it could potentially change their billing structure every month, and how your MSP will flow and work with a cloud solution. Rather than take the MSP out of the equation, we're going to talk about how you can now manage their virtual environment instead of physical hardware all the time. So it's threefold: build, manage, sell.
That's a lot of value. I urge you guys to get over here and take this workshop seriously, though, because that's a lot. They're going to get a ton out of it.
Yes.
So if you want to come to the Academy and take some of these workshops, you're going to either do a couple of things. You're going to email membership@chartec.net, and you'll see it down there. Either go to chartec.net/workshops. You'll go and register there for the appropriate workshop that you like. This is going to be an amazing one. Or, hey, message us here, and tag us, and we'll be happy to talk to you some more about it. That's not a problem. And before we go, there is just one more question, and then we're going to go ahead and end our call here. So the next question is, are private clouds HIPAA compliant?
Yes. Not all private clouds are HIPAA compliant. Corkat Cloud is HIPAA compliant. We have regulatory compliance and audit standards that we have to meet, and most of the time we exceed them. But it's something we're audited on the monthly. So we provide reports like that to our clients as well. So if at any time you wanted to see a report on an audit that we have, whether it's PCI, HIPAA, any of those, yes, we are compliant, and we're more than happy to prove it.
Very cool. All right, guys, you heard it here. So do us a favor, ask some more questions, like our video, tag, share, do all that jazz. We got to get this out there. We hope to see you there. Remember, email membership@chartec.net or go to chartec.net/workshops. We'll see you later, Tracy.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Always. See you soon. Bye, guys. Take care.